What's up, YouTube? Mike from Mass here, Mass Aquariums. Just wanted to shoot you a quick little video on possible pond location and some other things I like to do that has nothing to do with fish keeping. One of my favorite things to do is kind of horticulture, planting things around the house, getting things that will work and bloom all year long. And since I've only been in this house 2 years, I'm slowly starting to build that up. My last house I was in for 10 years, and it took me 10 years to get all sorts of awesome perennials around that bloom in the spring, summer, and fall. And it's really what I love to do. This is one example. Today, me and my son Nate bought a pink dogwood, which has already bloomed because, you know, the dogwood flowers are just starting to come. But what's interesting about this dogwood is the leaves stay this like nice appley red all year round. So that breaks up like the green. This is just a corner like of my backyard where this is kind of like a barrier between my yard and, you know, all the acre of woods I own. But this is a newly planted dogwood, really beautiful. Gonna plant something in this nice little 10-gallon wine barrel to accent the shed. But like I said, I love to plant things. Fire pit. I'll walk you around real quick, and then look at that gorgeous tree. And then I'll show you where I want to put the pond. This azalea has seen better days. I planted this last spring, and the winter took a toll, but I refused to rip it out. So I wanted to see, and it did finally bloom, so it should regain its health this year. I just sprayed all these weeds with vinegar. They'll be gone soon. It's another nice plant. It blooms yellow, nice little yellow stars come summertime. Planted this lovely lilac here. Anybody who has been to my house or seen a video of my house, there used to be a beautiful lollipop lilac. And by that, I mean a tree trunk about the size of this lamppost with a giant, huge, sorry to make you dizzy, beautiful lollipop lilac. It was absolutely gorgeous. And this winter, with all that heavy wet snow, split it 5 ways down the middle, and there was no coming back. So it was one of my wife's favorite part of the house, and mine too. So I've planted another lilac, and I will try to groom this to sort of be like the last one, but I think the last one was a graft, but I'm going to do my best. And you get all these bulbs, all these tulips and daffodil bulbs that are just about spent for the spring, so we'll just let those rot away. This is a smoking cherry. I think it's a smoked cherry tree. Blooms really gorgeous flowers coming up. And this will be purple. Then you got your rhododendron about to bloom. This was already here. I added all this stuff here. It was just bare and gross. This will be purple for the whole summer. These are starburst. These 3 right here will be absolutely gorgeous yellow, like fiery looking flowers. Then these are daisies. All this I planted last year. And then they just come back year after year and bigger and spread farther and farther. These 3 right here are asters I planted last year. These will get really big, and they are fall blooms, while these daisies and these starburst are summer blooms. This one is blooming, getting ready to bloom. This is also a summer bloom, so it starts, you can see it starts with these nice beautiful flowers. So this will bloom during the summer. All the stuff really starts over here. This bush is dying because huckleberry is starting to whiz on it, really pissing me off. This is the same as this one. These you got to prune, you got to try to shape. All these bushes you got to try to shape to keep a shape, otherwise they go crazy. This is that nice yellow star, and this is another smoking cherry. This is a nice plant. It has these white flowers, but this gets out of control. I have to prune this non-stop, like a lot. Same over here. Nice. This will be filled with these beautiful, like pinkish deep purple flowers. This is the same starburst. I planted this last year. was half the size. You can see perennials come fall time, when you just cut them down to nothing, how much bigger and bushier they come back. This is similar to the front, except this is pink flowers. Really, really pretty, this area, once it's de-weeded. So for anybody who does yard work, I do not mulch until after June 15th. Reason being, from now until June 15th, any tree that has those helicopters that come flying down are gonna come flying down. And I hate mulching and then having all the mulch covered with those helicopters, and then before you know it, you got 1-2 inch maple trees, white maples coming up all over your friggin' beautifully mulched. So what I do is I try to kill some weeds right around springtime, you know, April, May, early June, and then after all the helicopters fall and I blow them off and pick them up, then I'll drop a nice vinegar base down, and then I'll remulch, and so you'll have that nice mulch for the year, as opposed to beautiful mulch that's covered in tiny white maples when the helicopters fall. Hucky. It's a beautiful Japanese maple tree. Love this. You can see the cherry tree has dropped all its flowers. It was beautiful pink. Now it's gone. This is a Rose of Sharon, which weirdly enough always starts to have its foliage on the right side, and then the left side comes about 2 weeks later. Not sure why. The roots are strong. It is not dead. This is just the way it's done the last 2 years, so I'm not worried. Starting to spit a little here. Got my wood ready for the winter. Tons of wood. This is like my wood chopping station, folks. That's where Greg comes in. Got my RO line out, wasted out here. This is where the pond's gonna go. Got all this spring bloom, daffodils, tulips, different color tulips, hyacinth. This one, huckleberry crushed, purple hyacinth. Got these little lollipops, are beautiful. All this stuff is bulbs, folks, that you plant in the fall, and then it blooms in the spring. We've got some more star flowers, I call them. Over here, same star, starting to rain. Anyway, phlox that's just about spent for the year. These are all lilies will come out. And this is where the pond's gonna go. Let's see if I can get a little up high here before it starts to pour. Gonna put the pond right here. It's got nice access to the deck. Can run electricity right under here to the plug. And I'm gonna put a lovely pond right here. It's gonna look so cool. Put a nice little seat right here in the grass. Little pond. Boom, bang, done. And it's raining, so I'm going to go in the garage. I knew it was gonna pour today, so that's why I was doing a lot of planting. That avoids watering. Come on, get in here, Hucky. Come on, Hucky. He loves the rain. So if you do know that it's gonna be afternoon showers, great time to plant during the day. You get that nice soak in, that roots get to really suck up the water, and it's starting to really come down right now. But, so that's my pond idea, folks. That is what I love to do besides fish keeping. I love to plant things. I would spend all day, every day, mowing and weed whacking and planting, and just love it. Making the house look beautiful. The house way up on the hill up there. Got a nice landscape up there. Anyway, this is Mike from Mass Aquariums. I'm out.